Alright guys, this is pretty much just a follow-up video of the micarta seb I just did. Pretty much just a snapshot in time of my titanium frame lock collection. Probably my favorite type of knife to own. Just something about it, playing with the lock, opening it, flipping it, just the way it feels in the hand. There's just some elegance and strength about it that really attracts me. My last video was all about the micarta sebenza, large insingo. One thing I didn't cover was just how smooth this blade is. Other times sebenzas have a hydraulic feel. This really has a free-floating, uber smooth feel. And if I depress the lock bar, it just drops. My other sebenzas have not done that. But I do hear that a little more often now, so that might be something newer that is, just a little tweak that's really working well. So here is the large micarta insingo. Next we'll do the Chris Reeves umnumzaan, one of my favorite knives. This is really the first high-end titanium knife that I felt comfortable beating on. And not abusing by any means, but really just taking it to anything. Not being afraid to use it, not being afraid to sharpen it up. So I think I will always have an umnumzaan because of that. And this is a fantastic iteration. I love the darker stonewash on this. Just a great blade. This definitely has a little bit more of a hydraulic feeling than my newer micarta sebenza. This is made in 2009, I believe. The micarta was 2012. But just a phenomenal knife. I love how this feels. I'll do a separate review of just this knife as well. Next we'll go to, stay with Chris Reeves, and we'll go to the small Wilson Combat Sebenza, or Starbenza. What a great knife, honestly. One of the best maybe not bang for your buck, but packs a good amount of blade in a very small, light, EDC-able package. I mean, just overall, you're getting a lot of blade for the size of the package it comes in. And it is light, it is thin, it is tough as nails, and it is elegant. I really think this Starbenza pattern, or the Starburst pattern, really complements the small Sebenza in just the fact that it perceives to lighten it up and make it thinner, whereas it really doesn't. But it has that look and has that mindset, in my opinion. Really, what a great knife. It's just a solid lockup for such a small blade. I continually can't believe it. How solid that sounds and feels. Let me try and get that in focus. There we go. Just how strong it looks and feels, and how tiny and light the knife is. It's really something impressive. And it's a stunner. It looks great. Definitely my go-to sub 3-inch knife, without a doubt. Absolutely love it, and it's seen a lot of use. This thing's a beast. Love it. And finally, we'll conclude with my Jake Hoback A10. Custom made for me from Jake. I was lucky enough to get in on an order where there was one left. And I really love this knife for the sheer fact that it was built for me, to a point. He was doing it, he was making a run of this size knives with this blade style. I got to decide the pattern, the finish, and the finish here. It's just one of the knives that I know there's other customs out there, and people argue who's the best custom knife maker. I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is something about this custom, it feels like and looks like to me that it's believable that somebody crafted this out of a solid slab of titanium with their hands and put it together and built a phenomenal knife. It just has that, other element to me. And that's probably why I'll never get rid of this. Besides the fact that this is CPM 154 and the heat treat on it is phenomenal. I've had this knife for months, possibly probably 6 months. Maybe even more now, maybe 7, 8 months. And I have yet to sharpen this. I use it, no doubt. When the storm came, I used this knife and the Ontario RTAC 2 for 10 days straight. I've stropped it, I've stropped it a bunch of times, but I never actually had to take it to anything more than a strop. And the knife will shave hair and slice paper cleanly. And I took it to plastic, cardboard, stuff like that. Just phenomenal. But anyway, guys, just a mean looking knife. Love it. So that is my titanium frame lock collection. Give you guys like one last overhead view. Those three Chris Reeves are pretty much my bread and butter. This is the collection I was striving for about 3 years. Or, no, maybe not that long. No, year and a half, 2 years. I was trying to get those three because I think I have an aspect of everything. You got the Wilson Combat Star Benza pattern. Got the classic 21 blade. You got the umnumzaan with its unique pivot, harpoon blade shape, and its unique pattern. And then micarta with the insingo blade. I mean, that's pretty much everything you can have, everything you can ask for from CRK, except for the Damascus, which I will get the next time I get a micarta sebenza. Then you add this beast of a knife. It's a good frame lock collection, guys, but I'll be continuing adding to it. Maybe a little slower, just because I have real responsibilities now. A girlfriend that drains all my money. She's behind me, I'm just kidding. Hey, if you guys want to save money on a girlfriend, get one that doesn't have her ears pierced. It'll save you a lot of money. Alright, guys, I'm just going to give you one last look. Try and hold it as steady as possible. And I'll wrap this bitch up. There you go, guys. Alright. See you on the other side.